Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract good things into their lives without trying too hard? What if the secret isn't about doing more, but seeing more? What if the change you've been waiting for could start with just one word, written on your mirror? It may sound too simple, almost unbelievable. But some of the most powerful changes in history began with something small, a word, a thought, a belief. In today's video, you're going to discover the hidden power behind mirror affirmations, and how writing down just one specific word on your mirror can silently rewire your brain and shift your life in ways you didn't expect. We're not just talking about motivation or positive thinking. We're talking about a subconscious shift, something that works even when you're not paying attention. You'll learn why this method works, the science behind how your brain responds to repeated visual cues, and how some ancient and modern thinkers alike used mirror techniques to manifest their desires without even realizing it. Plus, we'll explore the psychological trick that turns an ordinary mirror into a powerful tool of transformation. But here's the twist: most people do it wrong. They choose the wrong word, or they stop before it starts working. That's why you need to stay until the end, because we'll reveal not just how to do it, but how to make it effortless. This isn't about forcing or pushing. It's about letting go and allowing. And once you learn how, you may never see your reflection the same way again. Welcome to Bright Mind Within. If you're ready to unlock your true potential and attract the life you deserve, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey of inner power and quiet transformation. Words are more than sounds in the air or ink on paper. They are tiny electrical impulses that travel through your brain and leave a trail. Neuroscientists have found that when you read or speak a word like joy, the same neural pathways light up as when you actually feel joy. A simple phrase can raise your pulse, soften your breath, or tighten your muscles. That is why athletes whisper strong before a jump, and public speakers mutter calm backstage. The brain treats the word as a rehearsal for the state itself. Linguists call this the perception-action loop, the feedback cycle that turns language into lived experience. Every word you use feeds this loop, shaping the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what is possible. Because language directs attention, it also directs behavior. In a classic study, volunteers who were primed with words linked to politeness waited longer before interrupting a conversation, while those primed with rude words barged right in. Nothing in their environment changed except the vocabulary in their heads, yet their actions shifted. The lesson is simple: change the words, and your automatic choices begin to change with them. That is where affirmations enter the picture. An affirmation is a chosen word or phrase that you plant in your daily field of vision, like a mental seed. Repetition waters the seed, your subconscious provides the soil, new beliefs sprout almost without effort. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon showed that participants who practiced self-affirming statements before a stressful task produced lower cortisol and performed better. The key is frequency and emotion: see the word often, feel its meaning, and let the loop do the rest. Your mirror becomes the delivery system, reflecting not just your face but the future you are quietly scripting with every glance. Mirror affirmations are simple, yet deeply powerful. At their core, they involve standing in front of a mirror, looking into your own eyes, and speaking a positive statement about yourself or your life. It might be a sentence like, "I am worthy of abundance," or just a single word like peace or power. But what makes this different from silently thinking good thoughts is the act of reflection, quite literally. The mirror doesn't just show your face, it creates a direct connection between your inner and outer world. When you speak to yourself in the mirror, something interesting happens in the brain. It becomes harder to dismiss your own words. Unlike a passing thought or a note scribbled in a journal, mirror affirmations demand presence. You see your own expression. You hear your own voice. You become both the speaker and the listener. This dual awareness increases self-recognition and forces your conscious and subconscious minds to meet in the middle. Psychologists have noted that this kind of self-talk helps regulate emotions, especially in times of stress or low self-esteem. Looking into your own eyes while affirming something good about yourself makes it harder for the inner critic to interrupt. It's like catching a negative thought in the act, and replacing it with truth. Over time, this practice builds something stronger than surface-level positivity, it cultivates self-awareness. You begin to notice the gap between how you've been seeing yourself and who you truly are. Confidence, too, begins to shift. Speaking your power into a mirror repeatedly trains your brain to respond to that image with familiarity and strength. Instead of walking away with doubts, you start walking into your day with certainty. You no longer just say you are enough, you start to feel it, see it, and live it. Choosing the right word for your mirror isn't about picking something that sounds nice, it's about choosing a word that feels right. A word that touches something inside you. The word you write on your mirror should speak to what you truly need or desire at this moment in your life. For one person, that might be confident, because they're tired of doubting themselves every time they speak. For someone else, it might be peace, because their mind is always racing and they crave stillness. And for another, it might be worthy, because they've spent too long believing they're not enough. There's no single right answer. The key is honesty. Ask yourself, what feeling am I missing? What part of me needs healing, support, or strength? When you sit with that question for even a minute, a word will often rise to the surface. It may surprise you. It may not be what you thought. And that's a good thing, it means you're listening to your deeper self. This word becomes more than just a daily reminder. It becomes a message to your subconscious. It starts shaping the way you view yourself and how you show up in the world. But for this to work, the word has to matter to you. Not to your friends. Not to what's trending. You must feel a personal connection to it. That connection is what gives the word power. When you look at it on your mirror each day, it should stir something inside. Maybe it brings calm. Maybe it brings focus. Maybe it brings hope. Whatever it is, let it be yours. The more personal the word, the more your brain will accept it. And the more often your brain accepts it, the faster your reality begins to change around it. Start by choosing a quiet moment when you won't be rushed. Sit down with a pen and a small sticky note. Take a breath and think about the word you've chosen, the one that truly means something to you. Maybe it's brave, free, abundant, or loved. Write it clearly in bold letters. Don't overthink the handwriting or the size. Just make sure you can read it easily from a short distance. Now take that sticky note and walk over to the mirror you use most often, the one in your bathroom, bedroom, or even by your front door. This mirror is important because you'll pass by it every day. Gently place the note where it's easy to see, either at eye level or near where your face reflects. You don't need anything fancy, just your word, your mirror, and your attention. Each day, as part of your routine, spend a few quiet moments with that word. It could be while brushing your teeth, getting ready in the morning, or before bed. Look at the word, and then look at yourself. Let the meaning of that word wash over you. Say it out loud or silently. Try to feel the word in your body. What does confident feel like in your shoulders? What does calm feel like in your breath? Give it your full presence, even if just for 30 seconds. The more consistently you do this, the stronger the effect. The word becomes part of your day, part of your environment, part of your inner rhythm. Some days you may feel deeply connected to it, and other days you might not, but that's okay. What matters is showing up. Like water smoothing stone, repetition shapes change. Slowly, silently, the word begins to shape you back. Imagine someone who's always felt invisible. Let's say her name is Maya. She's smart, kind, and hardworking, but for years, she's carried the belief that she's not good enough. It shows in how she avoids eye contact, how she apologizes too often, and how she talks herself out of trying new things. Then one day, she hears about mirror affirmations and chooses a word, worthy. She writes it down, sticks it to her bathroom mirror, and begins a quiet ritual. Every morning and every night, she pauses, looks herself in the eyes, and says, "I am worthy." At first, it feels awkward. She almost laughs at herself. But she keeps going. Slowly, her posture begins to shift. She catches herself speaking with more certainty in meetings. She no longer shrinks when someone compliments her. Weeks pass, and without realizing it, Maya begins to believe her word. And because she believes it, she starts to act like it's true. That one small note on her mirror begins changing the way she shows up in her world. Now picture someone else, Daniel, who struggles with anxiety. He's always on edge, always worrying about what could go wrong. He chooses the word peace. Every time he washes his face or shaves, he sees it. He breathes it in. Peace. Over time, his brain starts to associate the word with a physical pause. A calming moment. The repetition rewires his reaction to stress. No major event happens. Just quiet, gradual shifts. Less tension. More presence. Fewer spirals into fear. These aren't dramatic transformations overnight. But that's the point. It's not about instant magic. It's about planting a seed and watering it daily. Small, consistent actions. A few seconds a day. But over time, those seconds stack up. And the person you become on the other side looks a lot more like the person you were always meant to be. Words have power, more than we often realize. A single word can shift the way we think, the way we feel, and even the way we act. And when that word is placed on your mirror, it becomes more than just a reminder. It becomes a daily ritual. A quiet conversation with yourself. A way to realign your thoughts and energy every time you see your reflection. We've explored how mirror affirmations work, how looking into your own eyes while speaking truth can boost your confidence, build self-awareness, and create lasting inner change. We've talked about the importance of choosing a word that truly means something to you. Not just any word, but your word. One that connects to your deepest needs and goals. You've learned the simple steps: write the word, place it on your mirror, and spend a few moments with it every day. That's it. No complicated tools. No expensive programs. Just you, a mirror, and your intention. The power is already within you. This practice is simply the key to unlock it. Now it's your turn. Choose your word today. Write it down. Start the practice. And watch how something so small can quietly begin to transform your life in ways you didn't expect. If this video inspired you, please give it a like, it helps more people discover this message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Bright Mind Within for more powerful ideas and simple tools to help you shift your reality from the inside out.